Alright, this is some gameplay from HD Gaming. I've used one of his videos before. Don't hold people's minds, but I want to put my input in on what's going on with Gran Turismo 7. Alright, so I don't want to come from the microtransactions and everything else and how grindy the game is to get the money and get the credits and all that. That is an issue with itself. But I just want to speak on how I don't think the game is there yet. And what I mean by that is graphics and for what it's offering. Now, I truly think like the best way to play Gran Turismo, if you're going to play something like this, is not with the controller, even though this puppy here is really state of the art, I do believe. I really do like the PlayStation. I've done a lot of study on the system itself. The way to play this is definitely with the force feedback steering wheel, and a good one at that. I think that's the best way to play this game, to really get a good experience for what it's offering, because it's straight simulation. Now, I'm biased on two different type of angles because you have to respect Gran Turismo. It's like Street Fighter, it's the grandfather of them, you have to respect it. But I'm not into simulation games that much. Every time, and I have to be honest with this video, every time I play the Gran Turismo, I'll play it, right? Like I have Gran Turismo 1 and 2. I had 3 and up from there. I mean, I have the one on PlayStation 4 as well, but I've always played them for a little bit just to see the graphics, to marvel at them, play with some cars, open a couple licenses, but that's it. I've never completed a Gran Turismo, so I'm not coming from that. I'm more into the hyper-realistic games. But I gotta say, especially with the presentation of the PlayStation 5, this game is not ready yet. It's not there. I don't think at this point in time the true respect and the true Gran Turismo won't come out until like, I don't know, maybe Gran Turismo 8 or 9. Because see, like right now I'm seeing pop-in, and little stuff like that throws us off. And ray tracing, right? So what ray tracing is a performance technique that they use to simulate real life lightning. It's just things like that you can't, that's not on during the race. That just hurts the presentation of it. It's like, to me, when you hear Gran Turismo, you hear, you finna see over-the-top realistic graphics and in-depth cars, interviews, like the grass right there, right? Like right there. In-depth on cars and all that. And now, some people hate the coffee mode. I particularly don't dislike it because I was the type to open up car magazines and I want to sit with I want to read about the car manufacturers, the person who drew it. I mean, from base level before the car was even realized. So I had patience for that kind of stuff and the nuance and talking with people and all that. And I have a respect for the UI developer because he comes from Ridge Racer, one of my favorite racing franchises. And I mean, it's a team of people now, but the last article I read, it was a little bit while back that one of the UI designers for Ridge Racer had came over onto this team. So the presentation is always on par. The features are always on par. But I think now people are expecting more from this game because the respect and the following is still there, but you have all these, you have the system is new, right? It has a lot of power, a lot of things being expected from it, and this isn't. Again, it just isn't there. Not to compare it, but you have other games out there like Grip Legends that came out, Forza Horizon, the other Forza, and at a glance this game looks better, but then it doesn't. And I know this is going for more simulation. Again, it's more real, but I don't know, it's for something of high prestige as this game is, they need to go maybe not take a step back. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm just talking about how Gran Turismo needs to come off. It needs to take a step back and come back and really powerhouse this thing to really give it that this is Gran Turismo. This is real life. It is not upscaled. It is not none of the myths. Like, I want all of the myths that we were saying busted. So I don't know. I don't know if this console, I mean, this is definitely a powerful console and it just came out, right? Sorry for all those who can't get it. And all this looks amazing. It's just missing that wow factor. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because of other games have come out and they're more fun. And I don't like really comparing Horizon. Maybe the just Forza itself. But even like I play this and I play Grip, man, and I don't know. It's just not the granddaddy anymore, you know. Again, when it comes down to simulation and stuff, yeah. But like when you're in the races and stuff, when you're playing it, it just doesn't give me that feeling. And which points to, I think, another issue when it comes down to these games and them being like simulations of life and stuff. Like, it's good, it's cool, but and I would like to know in the comments if anybody watches this video, is it just me? But it seems like when things, like, you have video games, right, and you have movies and whatever else, but when they simulate life too much, it becomes boring. You know, it's like I don't want to play a game and play life. You know, again, there's a special place for Gran Turismo, but that's why I gravitate toward more like Need for Speed. You know, the cars still look great. They still look awesome, but they offer that wow factor. They offer that nitrous boost. They offer that other stuff. And I know some of the time, you know, the story stinks in them. Which brings me to my last point, the realism. Now, I think a lot of these companies is missing the point when it comes down to these simulation games, or at least making them look real. Okay, so it doesn't matter what TV you watch it on, right? But I'm not talking about the new OLEDs and all those TVs. Just like your basic TV, when you watch one of these, yeah, like that doesn't look good right there. When you watch one of these, when you watch a racing show of basketball, this goes for like 2K and everything else too, show on TV, it's not this clear. It's not. It doesn't look nowhere near as clear as what you're seeing. So it's like they need to add filters and different effects to make the game to make the game look better. And I know it came out it was a revamp, 2016. But I still think to this day that Need for Speed, the revamp, looks the best because of that filter that they had at night. Yeah, you can get away with some stuff. You can't get away with a lot of the tricks at night that you can in the day because you don't have to render a lot of stuff on the screen. But when you go back and look at that game, the way it was portrayed and the way it looks real. Need for Speed actually looked it real at night. So I think all of them need to take a hint of that game and come back to this one or any other game and look at the filters and look at the camera tricks to make the game actually look real. Another thing I want to note is the particles, namely the smoke effects. I haven't played a racing game to this day besides Need for Speed Pro Street that done smoke correctly. Now, volumetric smoke coming off of tires like that is, and when I mean by volumetric smoke, it gives it that fumey look, like, you know, and the smoke in Need for Speed Pro Street was like camera, with like 100 and so cameras around to really get that smoke effect over the whole, you know, to have like, make smoke look like it's appearing over a tire and all that. I mean, there's a technique to it and it costs a lot, I'm pretty sure. But smoke in a lot of these games now looks terrible. When I get one of these simulation games, that's the first thing I do is try to do a burnout. And if the smoke isn't up to par, I can quickly tell, like, man, it's yeah, like everything else looks pretty good, but the smoke. You get like this chip effect, or like it's not volumetric in most of these games. So that's another thing that needs to be conquered too, because I saw it in this. I'm like, okay, Gran Turismo, you know, that's the first thing I go to, the smoke effects, and nope, they're not there. Because in real life, if you do a burnout, smoke is going to be heavy. It's going to be all over the place. And in these games, you know, there's a reason why it goes away quickly and all that, but just ain't, it's not there, man. So, I really hope the next Gran Turismo can take the reins again, but I don't think this one is. And then with the other issues too, like I was saying, as far as it being grindy and, you know, I'm pretty sure they have scummy tactics in there, man, when it come down to stuff, and that's just not good for the brand itself. And then it always being online and stuff, it's just, man, don't do that, man. Don't mess this franchise up that's been there for a long time. But like I said, you know, this right here, when you look at the, when you look at it, it's a beautiful game, hands down. It just needs to be pushing more. But they have everything there, like the way you move, the steering wheel and the hand motions and all that. Like it's all cool. It just needs to come on with the looks, man. There's other games that look better than this. So I'm curious to see what Gran Turismo 9 looks like on PlayStation 6. Because I wanted to get this. I have a son and he likes racing games, but I just knew I wasn't going to offer enough to play. I was trying to find something to play with him. And yeah, this isn't. Nah, again, I can't say for me, but because I like games with nitrous and stuff in them, but this kind of disappointed me. So maybe, you know, it'll definitely get better as time goes. And the PlayStation 5, it just really started, so maybe we'll see more. I mean, we have to, right? Because all these other racing games look gorgeous for what they present. So let's see what let's see what Gran Turismo 8 brings. But that's my rant on Gran Turismo. Grew up with this franchise, and it's cool to see the games I grew up with keep going strong. I just want to like to know what happened with this one. But yeah, great game. Give it a try if you're into simulation racing and you really want to put your driving skills to the test. And you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot from Gran Turismo. But yeah,